Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. Arsenal have been linked with Federico Kza. Now, Juve are willing to sell for 40 to 45 million euros. Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea are all interested alongside Arsenal. And of course, the player's future is very uncertain. His contract running down in 2025. That is why Juve are open to listening to offers. Fabio Vieira has told Arsenal he wants more game time. He would be open to leaving the club this summer, and FC Porto are considering re-signing him on a long-term basis. Also, we'll talk about Douglas Luiz's update from Fabrizio Romano, who confirms that at the moment, Arsenal are not 100% active on the Douglas Luiz deal. They liked him and they see him as a very good profile. But 2 years ago, he was very close to sign for Arsenal in 2022. Right now, Arsenal are not actively trying to sign Douglas Luiz. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. I mean, the transfer rumor mill is going on and on and on. And like I said, I'll be here to react to the latest stories around Arsenal. Until we get some deals done, I'm always here for you. Right, hit the like button. Now, let's get into the story of Fabio Vieira first, because for me, Fabio Vieira is a player that I really like a lot. And when we signed him in 2022, I thought it was a good signing, and I still think it's a very good signing. It's either things have actually not worked out for him between him and Mikel Arteta, and maybe and the Premier League. Maybe he's failed to adapt to the Premier League, or he's just failed to find where to play in this Arsenal system. But I don't think that makes him a bad player. I don't think he's a failed talent, like many people will actually try to tell us. I think there is a player in Fabio Vieira. Now, FC Porto have come back trying to resign him because the player wants more game time. The player wants to go somewhere else, play more on a regular basis, and revive his career. Should Arsenal sell? Should Arsenal loan him out? Or should actually Arsenal keep him this summer? When we did the keep or sell yesterday, this is what I said. I would loan him out because I am sure Mikel Arteta is not going to give him the enough game time, the needed game time for him to turn his career around. So we're gonna see another season where Fabio Vieira plays 10 games, 7 games, or even 8 games, and then he just disappears. That's my problem with Mikel. The players that you think in this Arsenal side should be getting enough game time, especially in games where you're leading 2-0, you're leading 3-0. You bring them on, even at tough time. Give him 45 minutes, let him come on and do his thing. But Mikel really doesn't do that. He doesn't really like working with a broad group of players. I think he's safer and better off working with a smaller group of players as compared to a broader group of players as well. So I would say with Fabio Vieira, FC Porto would be a very good destination, but on loan initially. I don't think Arsenal should just rid themselves of ESR, Fabio Vieira, of such talent. That is a lot of quality there just for you to get rid of because the manager just doesn't like them. Now, again, it should come from Mikel Arteta. If he thinks that Fabio Vieira has a part to play for Arsenal and his team, then he absolutely can stay. He absolutely can go on loan and come back as a better player like William Saliba did. If Mikel thinks that Fabio Vieira doesn't have a part to play in his system, in his plans, in the project, then this is the right time to sell. Like, how much would we get for Fabio Vieira? That's the question. He's not played any kind of football that is recognizable in the 2 years he's been at Arsenal. So if you're looking to sell him, clubs are going to give you less than 20 million euros. And for me, 15 million euros for Fabio Vieira, a player we invested 40 million euros in, that would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I just don't see him as a bad player. I just don't see Mikel Arteta as a manager that is good at managing talent, especially talent that is not starting in the starting 11. So, if it's going to continue and it's not going to game time, the player is saying, I want to go somewhere and play football. But if he's going to get game time, I think Arsenal can sit down with him. Mikel can talk to him and give him the guarantee that you're going to play. You're going to be part of the squad. And therefore, you can stay. Now, according to Tutto Juve, Arsenal are among a few Premier League clubs that are interested in signing Federico Kza from Juventus. The other clubs include Chelsea, Newcastle, United, and Aston Villa. So you have around 4 clubs interested in signing Federico Kza from Juventus. Arsenal definitely among them. Now, this is not a story where Arsenal are leading the rest. This is not a story where Arsenal have made any contact. It is just about, Arsenal being linked to a player that is available, and I think to an available opportunity. Chiesa is 26 at the moment. Juve are asking for around 40 to 45 million euros, and I think that price can actually come down if we get a serious buyer. If we get a concrete party that is really interested, that price might come down a little bit to around 38 million euros or even 35 million euros. I'm very, very sure of that. Now, why do Juve want to sell? That's the first thing. The player's future is 100% uncertain. Of course, Juve are getting a new manager in Motta. So if Thiago Motta comes in and he says, I want him to be part of my side, then definitely we're going to see him stay. And he might sign a new deal. But if Thiago Motta comes in and he wants his own kind of players and he wants to build his own project, then the likes of Chiesa, the likes of Locatelli, players that were signed by Juventus, looking at the future, looking at a long-term project, are going to have to leave so that Juve can rebuild again. That is where the opportunity arises on the market for clubs to actually sign Federico Kza. So for me, 40 to 45 million euros, that is going to come down, especially now that he's left with 1 year left on his deal. It ends in 2025. So I think if Arsenal can press in, or Man United can press in, or anyone can press Juventus against the wall, you can actually get Chiesa for a reduced fee. My thoughts about him are as clear as day. For me, Federico Kza is one of the high quality top wingers you can get on the market. I value him the same as not value, but rate the same as Rafael. I look at him in the same bracket as Kavica Kvaratskhelia and in the same bracket as Rodrigo. In the last 2 seasons, obviously suffered a couple of injuries, muscle injuries, SCL, and that has actually hindered his progress and his game. But last season, he had a top season, and he was, a much better player as compared to what we're used to, when he's on the pitch, right? So I would say, if Arsenal are serious about him, go and get that deal done. He is a quality player. Fabrizio Romano also says that Arsenal are not actively trying to sign Douglas Luiz this summer. He's a player that they've liked. It's a deal that we almost got done in 2022. But at the moment, Arsenal are not actively. So he says, let's wait and see whether Arsenal are going to come back and try to do that deal. But at the moment, we are not actively trying to sign Douglas Luiz. I mean, we've been told that Arsenal have their eyes set on Martin Zubimendi and also João Neves. Those are the 2 midfielders that Arsenal have their focus, locked onto. Otherwise, I would have even suggested a João Palhinha. Like, João Palhinha is going to cost around 50 to 60 million. I think it would be around 50 million. Arsenal could do that deal, but at the moment, obviously, our priorities are far away from those targets. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you right in the next one.